consumption is the act of using the goods and services to satisfy human needs and wants. In specific reference to food, food consumption means acquiring foodstuffs, preparing them and eating them in order to fulfill nutritional and energy needs. It is a major consideration in our daily life, and it is central to health, culture, and economy. Food consumption patterns greatly vary across the world and are influenced by culture, income, availability, and individual preferences. Knowledge of food consumption puts us in a better place to tackle issues of malnutrition, obesity, food wastage, and sustainable agriculture.
From the data, it shows that the PCC for rice is decreasing from the year 2019 to 2020. This was the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, and many people shift their consumption patterns due to panic buying, disrupted supply chain, and limited mobility. In 2021, rice consumption increased 6.9% due to the lockdown extended and more people eating at home. Rice remained the most accessible and filling food option. From the year 2021 to 2023, rice consumption began to decline again from 79 to 76.7 kilograms per person. With the revival of economic activity and the return of restaurant dining, Malaysians expanded their culinary preferences, incorporating greater amounts of noodles, baked goods, and Western-style cuisine. Younger demographics, particularly in cities, increasingly embrace diverse and globally influenced eating habits.
The livestock plays a main role to ensure that our country has sufficient food supply. Now let's take a look at the data. The highest contribution to the livestock sector is poultry meat, which have 246.3 million kilograms supply over the 5 years. This is due to the high productivity efficiency and lower feed costs compared to others, making it a cheap source of protein in Malaysian consumers. Other than that, production for the chicken and egg sector increased from 21.30 million kg to 26.20 million kg, up by 4.9 million kg. The reason behind that is consistent demand for healthy and affordable protein in the chicken and egg sector. For the livestock that are facing decline, pork production decreased from 18.20 million kg to 17 million kg, dropping by 1.2 million kg. This is due to the cultural health issues in pork.
This is the chart of PCC for vegetables. It shows the same 10 vegetables appear across years, suggesting consistent preferences. In the early phase of the pandemic, vegetable consumption increased from the year 2019 to 2022. In these 4 years, vegetable consumption increased continuously from 25.8 to 31.4 kilograms per person, which is 21.71% of growth. Vegetable intake showed signs of recovery as health and immunity awareness grew. Many Malaysians adopted home gardening and consciously incorporated more vegetables into their meals. From the year 2022 to 2023, there is a slight decrease in vegetable consumption. Extreme weather like the floods in 2021 to 2022 may have disrupted 2023 harvests, thus reducing local supply.
This is the data from the OSM state that PCC for fruit is increasing from year of 2019 to 2023. In just 5 years, fruit consumption rose from 61.8 to 73.7 kilograms per person, nearly 20% growth. Although there is pandemic happened in early of 2020, surprisingly, consumption rose as it was driven by home cooking and early immunity awareness. Followed by stage of rebound and campaign in 2021, Health campaign makes a poster to encourage community eat healthy and open markets, which helps fruits regain their place in daily diet that caused the increasing of data. In year of 2022 to 2023, it was the stage for wellness takes over. Urban wellness trends and modern food trends turns fruit into a lifestyle. If we see clearly in the fruit breakdown, it shows that top 3 fruit that always be consumed is coconut, durian and banana. Coconut led the charts while durian saw a big jump from 10.7 to 16.6 kilograms per person. Fish isn't just food in Malaysia, it's culture, community and daily life. But in recent years, that relationship has faced new pressures. From 2019 to 2022, fish consumption in Malaysia steadily increased. Starting at 16.1 kilograms per person in 2019, it rose to 34.6 kilograms by 2022. But in 2020, the growth paused because supply chains broke, wet market shut down and face of spoiled seafood grew. Small boat operators and fishmongers were hit hardest. As conditions improved in 2021, Malaysians returned to wet markets and home kitchens. Carrier, sea bass and torpedo skate become everyday favorites again. We could see clearly by the fisheries breakdown. By 2022, consumption peaked, but in 2023, it dipped slightly to 24.1 kilograms. This was affected by rising fuel prices, climate impacts and fish stock challenge. Fish remains a vital part of Malaysian life, but now it's shaped by price, supply and sustainability. Each kilogram has the deeper story of culture, resilience and change.
Between 2019 and 2022, fish consumption in Malaysia increased mainly because more people cooked at home during the pandemic. Fish like ikan kembung, siakap, tinggiri became popular, boosting income for wet market traders and coastal communities. However, in 2022 to 2023, fish consumption dropped slightly due to higher price caused by rising fuel cost, climate change, and fewer fish stocks. This impacted both consumers and small-scale fishers, showing the need for better support and sustainable fishers practices. From 2019 to 2023, fruit consumption in Malaysia increased steadily. This helped local farmers earn more income and created job opportunities, especially in rural areas. More people started to choosing fruits for their health benefits, as fruits are rich in vitamin and help prevent disease. This trend shows that Malaysia is becoming more aware of healthy eating, which supported both the economy and public health.
From 2019 to 2020, rice consumption has decreased, thus negatively impacting the income of local farmers. Positively, this reduction in rice consumption has led to healthier eating habits, as it means reducing excessive carbohydrate intake. However, in 2021, this trend has shown a reverse change with an increase in rice consumption. This has positively helped farmers in terms of their income, as more rice demand and production means it increased income for rural people. But from another term, this increase in rice consumption has unpleasant impact on the health aspect and raises concerns, as high carbohydrate intake is often closely linked to potential risks such as diabetes, obesity, and other chronic disease. From 2021 to 2023, the community consumes rice at a lower rate, promoting a change in prioritizing a more balanced diet, or many people prefer to switch to other staple alternatives such as noodles and bread. People are consuming vegetables in large quantities and have consistently increased from 2019 to 2023. Economically, this increase indirectly benefits vegetable farmers, as it also increased the quality of production for the local agricultural industry, which in turn has the potential to help in offering jobs to the community. In addition, it also fundamentally encourages better health habits, as vegetables are often associated with overcoming the risk of chronic disease and overall fostering better nutrition. However, in 2023, although the amount of decline in vegetable consumption is very small, it is still showing a concern, as it may indicate the initial impact of price increase or limited supply.
Over the past few years, Malaysians have been eating more meat, especially in chicken and eggs. This rising demand has increased livestock production from 99 million kg in 2019 to 103.8 million kg in 2023. That 5 million kg demand increase in just 5 years. From this fact, we know that it will give a good impact to many priorities. Firstly, this high demand for livestock will support the economy and jobs. Farmers, especially in rural areas, will produce more chicken and eggs, and their income will go higher because of it. Poultry, for instance, supplying over 246 million kg in just 5 years. It also means many business activities and more income for those involved in this supply chain. On the other hand, consumers also will have a stable and affordable prices because livestock sources are cheap to produce.
Food consumption is closely linked to food security, which means everyone has access to enough safe and nutritious food at all times. First key part of this is availability. There needs to be enough food produced or imported into the country. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Malaysia managed to keep rice consumption steady. In fact, in 2021, people ate even more rice because they were cooking at home more often. This shows how Malaysia was able to maintain food availability even during a crisis. The next part is access. It is not enough to have food available, people must also be able to buy it and reach it easily. In 2022, the price of chicken went up by 40% after the government removed subsidies. Because of this, many low-income families choose to buy egg instead. This change affected the quality of their meal, showing how raising price can make it harder for people to eat well. Another important part is utilization. This means using food in a way that gives the body all the nutrients it needs. It includes knowing how to prepare food safely and eating a balanced diet. For example, Malaysians eat very little meat, only around 2 kg per person. This means many people, especially older, don't get enough calcium for strong bone. The last part is stability, which means having steady access to food all the time. Things like floods, price change, or other problems can affect this. For example, flood in 2021 and 2023 damaged vegetable farms, making vegetables more expensive. Some families had to eat less or choose cheaper, less healthy food. In short, the way people consume food shows how secure they are in terms of access to food, which depends on how available, affordable, and nutritious it is. To improve food security, we need to make sure everyone has enough healthy food consistently and over the long term.
To conclude, from 2019 to 2023, food consumption in Malaysia had undergone changes as consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic, economic hardships, and transformation of lifestyle. Following the newfound focus on being healthy, people were eating more vegetables, fruits, and fish, while rice and meat consumption fluctuated depending on income and access. These changes affected farmers, fishermen, and low-income families the most. Food consumption is a variable connected to food security, which in turn is determined by factors such as the availability of food, its affordability, proper usage, and stability over time. To improve food security, Malaysia needs to support healthy eating, local food production, and fair access for everyone.